Well, there's finally a new luxury option on the Las Vegas Strip. Welcome back to the channel. This is Jackson Jet Setting, and today I'm giving you a full tour of the Fontainebleau, Las Vegas. Stayed here on a fine hotels and resorts rate, and I'm excited to show you everything. This resort cost $3.7 billion to build, and you can definitely tell it is absolutely fancy on the inside, though on the outside it's across the street from the Circus Circus, so check out that video on my channel for a full tour of that property. So let's see how this resort compares to everyone else on the Strip. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I review properties all around the world on the channel, so if you love this type of content, feel free to subscribe, or at least just like the video. It really helps us out. So now we're walking in from the main atrium area, and this check-in lobby is absolutely stunning. This looks like one of those fancy gambling ships from the Solo movies from Star Wars. And that snake is not always there. It's the year of the snake when I was filming this during Chinese New Year, so they have all the decorations up for that. But this is one of the most stunning lobbies that I have ever seen in all of my travels. It really blew me away, so I was excited to see the rest of the property. I stayed here on a stellar fine hotels and resorts rate, so definitely check those out if you qualify with your Amex Platinum card. But we're going to start our tour here in the lobby and walk through the entire place, as well as show you what room I received. The Fine Hotels and Resorts rate does qualify me for an upgrade, and the hotel definitely helped me out with an awesome upgrade. Just to preface, I never let anyone know what I'm doing here in terms of covering the property and reviewing it, so all of the benefits that I receive are either from status or whatever rate I booked and all of the benefits that come with that. I self-fund all of my travels as well, so you can know that these reviews are unbiased completely. So the main lobby is just off of the main casino floor. It's a bit of a walk, but it is a pretty one. There are a few restaurants and private elevators that are available as you make your way to the casino floor. My first impressions walking through here is that this place feels gigantic. And I know everywhere in Vegas kind of feels that way, but this feels more like wide pathways, almost like an airport terminal. And I don't know if I love that necessarily, but the details around me are really, really fancy. I can definitely tell all the tile work on the walls here, definitely hand done. So I don't know, it might just be me, but it felt very, very big and I should be rushing to my gate. That's my first impression. Our first bar that we're going to come up to is Collins, and Collins was recognized by Esquire as one of the best bars in America in 2024. So it's a very fancy cocktail bar. They have live music, piano, that sort of thing in the evenings. Very fancy spot. So definitely a cool place to hang out off the casino floor away from everything. And then right outside of Collins is going to be our first set of escalators that we'll come across in this tour. And that takes you up to the second floor that has a lot of shopping and dining. There's 3 main levels here at the Fontainebleau and 67 levels total. So a lot of guest rooms above that. 3,644 guest rooms to be exact. And now we're coming up to the first look at the casino. Now the casino has very soaring ceilings here, and it's surrounded all around by bars and restaurants and high-end shopping. So we're going to do a full loop around the casino and then head up to the second floor as well as the pool level. Now this resort did open in late 2023, so there are a few places that still have yet to open. They're still filling out all the retail space, but pretty much all of the restaurants and things like that seemed open during my visit. To the left here is going to be the guest elevators, so if you're staying on property, this is how you'll access all the casino floor, as well as the second and third floors for the pool, etc. So I filmed this early Sunday morning, so not a ton of people around the casino floor when I was filming, which is great for the video. I wonder how many people are gambling here on a late Saturday night, though. It is very north on the Strip, so it's kind of hard to make your way here. Not a lot of foot traffic. That center Strip location of so many of the classic Vegas hotels really is an advantage for filling those casinos. So we'll have to see as the years go on what sort of promos Fontainebleau provides. I did love the rate that I received through Fine Hotels and Resorts. It was $225 plus taxes and fees, which is absolutely fantastic. Passing some high limit rooms over here to the left. Obviously lots and lots of slot machines here. They have every table game that you can imagine, as well as craps. Heading past the high limit room is China Club, and this is a high-end Cantonese dining experience that has Peking duck, so good place for good Chinese food here at the Fontainebleau. And next door to that is going to be Washing Potato, which is going to be a more modern Cantonese cuisine establishment. It feels like it's like out of some sort of sci-fi film. Loved all the stylings in here, so definitely something that I want to check out the next time I visit. Now we're coming up on kind of a restaurant avenue here. A lot of different options available for guests. Azul is right here. I'm going to pop the camera in here so you can take a look. This serves mezcal and tequila cocktails, so a fancy margarita bar. Vita is a brasserie, and it's one of the venues that you can use your breakfast credit at with the fine hotels and resorts rate. And then here's Chez Bonbon, which is the resort's main coffee shop. They have some really delicious looking pastries, including one shaped in the bow tie. You see the bow tie motif throughout the resort. And along the backside of Vita is going to be the entrance to the convention center. And this is one of the most impressive spots in the entire resort, in my opinion. A huge lobby, multi-story, with this amazing art piece on both sides, including the wall. I don't know how the painter painted something that massive. And this escalator is easily the biggest escalator that I have ever seen. It's over 150 feet long, so if you're afraid of heights, definitely avoid that, and you certainly can with the elevators available on property. But as we walk back to the main casino floor, some more high-end shopping. Lots and lots of options here. If you win big at the slots, you can head straight over and buy a new fancy watch or a nice purse for your partner. To the left here is going to be the Solo Lounge, which is a more intimate gambling experience with cocktails delivered to you on a tray, according to the website, which I think is kind of a cool concept. If you want a fancy cocktail while rolling some craps, you can get that here, like that. The next door is one of the cooler spaces, I think. It's the sports book and the tavern. So this is going to be your more casual food on the casino floor, more of your American-style burgers and things like that. But the space looked really, really cool. I think this is a high-end looking sports book. Fun place to watch the game. Now, with the fine hotels and resorts rate, I did get a $100 food and beverage credit for my one-night stay here on property. That's pretty easy to use. A lot of the dining establishments and drinking establishments seem to have pretty high pricing along the lines of all the other luxury resorts on the strip. So just keep that in mind when you're making a decision on where to stay in Vegas. The fancier the hotel, probably the more fancy the menu prices are going to be as well. Now, just off of the main walking entrance from the strip is going to be this awesome art piece. And this piece is meant to invoke the Fontainbleau in Miami, which is the original property. So I liked how these pieces really moved. It was really cool. I thought this was a really engaging art piece. Saw a lot of people looking at it as well. So I think this one is probably the most successful. But there's a lot of really nice fine art throughout the property, and I encourage you to look up and check that out. Q is another Asian restaurant on property with umami style flavors. If you're looking for sushi on property, I'll show you that on level 2 of this tour. But there's also Ito, which is on the very top floor of the resort. I didn't have a chance to visit that, but it is a 12-person omakase style experience, so that's probably a pretty special meal. Don's Prime is your classic steakhouse here at the Fontainebleau. I loved the look of the bar, very 1950s feel. It definitely felt like they were bringing back the days of Frank Sinatra. They have a song by Paul Anka that plays in your room as you enter it. It might be your style, but it's bottom line pretty cool to be in an almost $4 billion brand new resort. Now, the Blue Bar is in the center of the casino floor. It's got an awesome chandelier, fancy wines and cocktails. I decided to stop in there and use some of my credit. And you can check out some of the bow tie motifs here. Pretty cool. Mother Wolf is a high-end Italian restaurant. Came from Los Angeles, so this is a very popular spot. Definitely one of the most recommended restaurants to me. I love this mural on the outside, very Roman. As we walk and finish our tour of the casino floor, you can see some of the ubiquitous luxury goods stores like Gucci. But let's head up the escalators that we saw earlier and go check out what's on floor number 2. Again, more bow ties in the chandeliers. Love these little touches, kind of like Hidden Mickeys at Disney World. Just off the elevators to the guest rooms here is Nowhere, and they have cool billiards in here, so an impromptu billiards game might be fun. And then right next to it is going to be the resort's gym. And I think this might be the most impressive gym that I've seen in Las Vegas. Lots of varying equipment here, plenty of different breakout rooms, just lots of custom items to get your workout in here in Las Vegas. So I do recommend staying here if you're into exercising while on a business trip or on vacation. I think they knocked that out of the park. Now back at the top of those escalators, we're going to head to the right now and check out some of the shops and the food hall here at the Fontainebleau. A lot of these shops have not opened quite yet. There's a few restaurants that are opening as well. But this whole area felt pretty dead to me. I feel like there needed to be a little bit more action going on here. Normally, you have to walk maybe from the strip entrance on the first floor through these shops to get to the casino. So there's a lot of foot traffic. Not a lot of foot traffic going on here. Few people heading to the food hall that we're heading to right now, but overall, I think these maybe could have been moved to the bottom floor. Another cocktail here at the entrance to the food hall, a Prey. And then beyond that is Komodo, which is going to be Southeast Asian. Komodo dragons being from Indonesia, so you're going to have a lot of cool flavors and stylings there, a little bit more of a unique restaurant. And then beyond that, you're going to have the restaurants in the food hall itself, so you can order at the counter or from one of the kiosks. If you're using that resort credit, you can't charge the room from the kiosks. You can only use your gambling points or pay with a credit card. So a couple of different restaurants here. Miami Slice, which is the pizza shop. You have LA style tacos at Roadside Tacos. Capon's Burgers, which is not only burgers, but also chicken tenders, chicken sandwiches, that sort of thing. So if you're into that type of food, you're covered here. El Bagel, which is one of the only restaurants here open in the morning. Of course, you got your bagels and all of your traditional breakfast style foods. At lunchtime, I actually went to Bar Ito, which is going to be an offshoot of the fancier Ito restaurant on the top floor. Amazing hand rolls here. Highly recommend. A little expensive, but I had a credit to spend, so I felt a little bit better about it. And just off the food hall is going to be the Blue Live Theater. So a lot of different acts coming in. They're bringing in a lot of classic bands, big names, Pitbull, that sort of thing here. And right next to the theater is going to be Poppy Steak. And Poppy Steak is very popular on social media because you pay $1,000 for a steak and they bring it out like you bought a bottle in the club. Very unique experience. Not really my vibe, but might be appealing to some of you viewers. Now moving up to the third floor, we're going to find the Live nightclub. So Live is one of the most famous nightclubs in Miami, and they finally brought it to Vegas. I'm surprised it took them this long. It obviously wasn't open at 9 a.m. on a Sunday morning for me to go take a look in, but they do have a pool concept as well that extends into the main pool area here on the third floor. So this one to feature that. If you're into nightlife, you do have your own nightlife right there. Then I started wandering a little bit. It was winter when I filmed this, so most of the pool complex was closed, but to their credit, they did have a few pools open for guests. Here's a map of the full pool concept. They had an ice skating rink actually in December, so that was kind of cool. They turned one of the pools into that. But this definitely has like a Palm Springs 1950s vibe to it. I think that this is one of the cooler looking pool decks in Las Vegas. So we're able to check out a few of them that are still filled with water and open on my visit. So that's what I'm going to do. This is the Legacy pool. So this is the adults only pool here. It's off the main pool area, so it's a little bit quieter. Definitely a lot smaller, but very, very high end. It has a bar here, as well as cabanas to rent. Now, to get to the rest of the pool complex, you're going to walk down this pretty narrow pathway. Now, normally on the right side of this would be the rest of the pool complex, so you don't have to do this, but in the winter months, this makes the most sense. But this has the hot tub as well as another pool. It was heated, of course, in the winter, so nice that they have a few different pool options. Not as maybe extensive in the winter as what I saw over at the Venetian and Palazzo. You can check out that video on the channel, but a nice option nonetheless. Okay, now let's head up to my suite. So my suite was located on the 60th floor, really nice lobby here. And I was upgraded from my base level room to a royal suite. Really nice of the property to do that. It's beyond what is required of the fine hotels and resorts rate. Usually it's just a one category upgrade, so they definitely hooked me up here. Suite 6035 if you want to request this room exactly when you check in. I actually didn't know that I was upgraded to a suite until I got in here, but I love that there are two full bathrooms in the suite. First one here right off of the entrance. They have individual shampoos and conditioners, which is very rare to find in the hotel world today, so I do appreciate that. Took some of those home as a souvenir for sure. But yeah, a full shower here, which is just awesome. If you're sharing a room with people, maybe two people need to take a shower at one time, you can definitely do that here in a royal suite. And it does have its own toilet area here as well. So very, very nice right off the gate. Big mirror there to the left. So if you're getting ready to go out, you can check out your whole fit before you walk out the door. Mini bar with, of course, those expensive snacks. All around the wet bar area here. So a full sink, ice, glassware, And then you do have a mini fridge with all of the expensive alcohols here available for purchase, as well as non-alcoholic drinks. But then you do have a regular fridge that pulls out, which is nice. So you have room for all those leftovers with all those amazing restaurants downstairs. Then a couple more drawers for storage and some more glassware, wine opener, that sort of thing. Living room here feels a little narrow compared to some of the other suites that I've been in, but I do like the bar area with the bar seating. It's a good hangout space. Just wish it was a little bit wider. Some cool high-end coffee table books to read. I love it when hotels and resorts include those. It's fun to thumb through. Beautiful art on the wall. And as you can see, an amazing view of Las Vegas from the 60th floor here. At a south strip facing view. So you have the Resorts World over there to the right. You have the Encore and Wynn to the left. This hotel is very far away from the center of the strip, but that does allow it to have an amazing view of the strip because it's just so far removed from the other tall buildings here. So awesome that I could see the Sphere. So the Sphere, very popular view nowadays in Vegas. Now here's the main bedroom. Took me a sec to find this because I was like, hey, where's the bed? But it's over there next to the window is how you access the bedroom area here. Lots of plugs near the bed, of course, being a brand new hotel. But really love the styling here. And they, of course, have automatic drapes. Nice little closet here with robes and slippers. All of the fine resort luxuries that you expect. Now heading into the bathroom here. Apologies for the light in the mirror there. Different frequency for the camera. But nice little getting ready area here. Makeup, that sort of thing. Separate toilet. And then a nice soaking tub here. Not a jacuzzi tub, but a very nice marble inlaid bath. And then a nice shower area. Sitting area in the shower. Nice and spacious here. One more robe for those that have two people in the room. And then the main vanity had a lot of freebies like a toothbrush. All very high-end metal. Really cool. I love that they included all this stuff. And I had to test out the drapes. Wasn't really working all that well for me. I always find that the wall controls can be a little confusing. So that should do it for our tour of the Fontainebleau. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Let me know in the comments if you're heading to this property on your next trip to Vegas.